Kenya is an amazing and a beautiful country. It is endowed with a lot of ecosystems and beautiful landscapes that make us the unique country along the equator. We have a mix of beautiful ecosystems like arid and semi-arid lands. These lands, you'll find them in Marsabit, in Mandera, and a lot of the northern parts of the country. You have ecosystems like savannas, thickets, and woodlands that define the Athi-Kapiti and the Ukambani regions. Ecosystem like forests, which defines our mountainous regions of Aberdares, Mount Kenya, Kakamega Forest, and lots of the biodiversity in these ecosystems. We have marine and coastal ecosystems. Mombasa, where they are doing a lot of the mangrove restoration, the Marine Sea Conservation Center that really helps to champion the aspect of coastal ecosystems and the livelihoods around tourism there. Kenya has ecosystems like mountains that are beautiful for tourists and locals to hike and have an experience in these Afro-montane regions. We have many ecosystems, wetlands, name them a few. Lying along the equator, Kenya has very unique climate types, and the climatological zonation is divided into 3 key zones in relation to the rainfall patterns that we experience in the country. The first one, of course, being the temperate climatological zonation, and this includes the lake basins, the likes of Lake Victoria, and the key water basins in the country. Also the mountainous regions, examples of Aberdares, Mount Kenya, Kakamega Forest, they're all part of the temperate climatological zone. The tropical climatological zone also, describing the areas you see along the savannas, think of the Athi-Kapitis, and as you go towards Ukambani, a lot of this is in the tropical zonation. We do have the arid and semi-arid climatological zonation, and actually this forms a greater proportion of Kenya, with over 80% of our total land mass area being semi-arid and arid areas. What are Kenya's natural assets? We have tourism that is employing a lot of people in the space, bringing tourists in the country and actually contributing to our GDP. We have wildlife and biodiversity, trees and animals that you find uniquely in places like Amboseli National Park, the Tsavo East and Tsavo West, Aberdare National Park, and many of the tour centers that are controlling a lot of our tourist activities. We have natural assets like land. Land is actually one of the biggest employers to people in Kenya, with a greater percentile of communities in rural areas practicing agriculture, which is more subsistence, traditional, and domestically powered. Even in the semi-arid and arid landscapes in the country, pastoralism is helping them to derive livelihoods from livestock keeping, and actually beef farming has contributed to employing more people, as well as supplying the country and also for export markets with these indigenously bred livestock products for the country. We have water, and 8 of the 64 lakes in the Rift Valley in Africa are found in Kenya. And these water bodies are actually employing many folks in the country in fisheries and fishery products. We have agriculture, a big sector in the country. Agriculture contributes to 20% of our GDP nationally, and it's a mix of wheat growing, rice growing, tea farms and plantations, coffee, sugarcane, and many other kinds of farming. With these climate types, natural assets and ecosystems, or rather landscapes, there is an opportunity for livelihoods and livelihood support. And true to it, our ecosystems, our natural assets from land, water, and anything in between supports in a big time towards the livelihoods and activities of Kenyans. This is the country we call home, Kenya.